Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi is in Uganda on a one-day state visit at the invitation of Uganda's President Yoweri Museveni. Egypt is looking at creating more investment opportunities in the East African country. Well, let's get more on that developing story now. Adel Mahroui is joining us live from Cairo. Adel, what are the main objectives, though, of Egyptian President's visit to Uganda?
Well, Egypt's visit, it's part of a restructuring of foreign policy that Egypt has been trying to enhance since President al-Sisi came to office, and it aims to basically mend the ties between African countries, particularly the Nile Basin countries, and therefore comes Uganda. There has been significant change in the bilateral relations between both countries. We've seen the Uganda Minister of Water Resources come to Cairo along with other ministers to discuss the development and the restructuring of the Antibi agreement, which distributes the water between the Nile Basin countries together. But this visit particularly, it aims to boost bilateral relations with Uganda to enhance the trade and investment in the country. And it seems that President Sisi is not just going alone, he's going with a delegation of businessmen who will meet President Yoweri Museveni and businessmen from Uganda as well to discuss the means to enhance investment in Uganda primarily, along with common trade.
Well, Adel, you'd have mentioned that President al-Sisi is traveling with a delegation of business people. Do we expect major bilateral agreements, though, between the two countries? Do we expect major bilateral agreements to be signed?
Well, yes, there will be, not necessarily today, but today's meeting is basically to inspect the opportunities. There will be a press conference after the meeting between both presidents. They will discuss what they have reached. But if you take a look at the business agreements and the investments, the volume of it in the past few years has been increasing actually between both countries. Egypt's investment in Uganda has been increasing. Arab Contractors, the national construction company, has increased its projects in Uganda, reaching about $25 million. Citadel Capital, which is an Egyptian-based company and one of Africa's biggest private equity companies, it's investing about $150 million in the RVR, the railroad network, to improve the rail network between Kampala and Mombasa. So there is a huge project going on. That's beside, of course, the rest of the corporation and the rest of the companies. The National Aviation Company is also invested. President Yoweri Museveni has inaugurated a national company that will be exporting beef products to Egypt. So there is a huge movement going on, and it seems that both countries are keen to increase that. Whether this will be specifically announced today, any news or any increase in these investments will be announced, it's still not clear. It depends on what will happen in the meetings, but it seems that both sides intend to give a boost to their economic and political relations.
Right, Adel Mahroui for us there in Cairo.